Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm so sorry that I've been gone for some days, but I was so busy and here I am. I'm back and I do have a juicy video for y'all today. Today, I'm gonna be telling y'all about the time where I had to escape a graveyard after it was already closed. This story is not I don't know. I guess it could be spooky, I guess, but at this point in okay, so I'm gonna start the story. At this point in my life, I am not in Professor R's class anymore. None of us are in Professor R's class anymore. We've already like passed his class, passed his other class because we took Mythology and Folklore 1 and Mythology and Folklore 2. And so we were done. Okay, so everyone was done, and at this point, Professor R had taught us everything that he knew to teach us, and so we could go out and do like the same things that he be doing and get paid for it, large sums of money and stuff like that or whatever. So he he had put us on and he would call us and give us clients and stuff like that, and it depends on what we need to do is who he would call. So like if he needed some heavy lifting, he would call B and give B the job. If it was just something simple, he would call me and give me the job. You know, like he would just refer other mythology people and people that believed in what he believed in to us too as well. Okay. So at this point, I have formed my own crew. My friend Kim, the girl that's my friend, that was in the Craigslist exorcism seance video. If you have not watched that video, please go check it out. But me, her, and Kim was a team at this point, okay? And so we're all hanging out. Professor R, he sends me a text and tells me to call him. I call him. Professor R, he tells me that this guy wants someone to pick up an artifact for him. He doesn't want to pick it up because he's too scared. And so he tells me all the stuff that I need to do, all the stuff that I need to basically, like, because I don't know. He told me to say an enchantment before I pick it up or before I touch it. So that's another thing, too. Like, this guy felt like that was way too much for him. So he'd rather pay somebody else to do it and then bring it to him so that way he could do whatever it was that he wanted to do with it. Okay. And so Professor R had gave me his number. Professor R had told me to call him. Of course, I called. I got his number. He told me what was going on and that someone was going to be dropping the item off to a graveyard. And they were going to contact me and tell me exactly where they put it, and then I can go and get it, say the enchantment, and bring it to him. Okay, so I was waiting, waiting patiently. I'm like, okay, that's cool. He let me know how my payment was going to go and stuff like that or whatever, because he definitely was going to pay me, before or whatever, because I was not about to play with him. Because, a lot of times people, it doesn't even matter if they're eccentric or if they're quirky. Because I know a lot of people try to put a stigma on eccentric or quirky people sometimes, like, oh, they might not pay or they might not this or they might not have the money or blah blah blah. No, these people were very wealthy. They did have the money, so I was getting my money before I even played with this person. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't play with me. So I'll get my, we discussed my payment and everything, and the guy, he texts me and tell me that this is his number or whatever, and he basically like let me know to like he'll be getting in touch to let me know where he put the artifact at. Okay. And so well, I don't know, maybe you can call it a relic. I guess you can call it a relic or whatever. So we're sitting around, we're chilling, we're waiting to see what the directions is, what we supposed to be doing, stuff like that or whatever. I done already got my payment. I done already got off the phone with the guy. I done checked back in with Professor R, told him what was going on. Professor R was like, okay, that's fine. Everything is good. Everything's set up. So the guy, he calls us and he tells us where the relic is at, right? And so I'm ready. So everybody get ready. They put their jackets on. We getting ready. Of course, I'm the driver. I'm always the driver. And we decide to go on ahead and head out. So we heading out and we get to where we going. We get to the cemetery. Now, for some reason, the cemetery, it wasn't closed. It was supposed to be closed because it was after hours when we had went there. So we thought we was gonna have to sneak in and sneak out. You know, something that you're not supposed to do. Do not do as I say. Do not do as I do. Okay, do not do anything that I am saying in this video. I was a trained professional through Professor R. Okay, so Professor R, I did not text him or whatever. I'm at the gate. We're at the gate, the entrance of the cemetery. Now, of course, we're not about to drive in there and cause attention to ourselves. We're just going to walk to where we need to go. Okay, so we get out the car. I parked the car away from the cemetery because I don't want no trouble. You know, like, we got to get in, we got to get out. Remember, I'm a professional, okay? And so I'm parking the car. We get out. We got our stuff on. We got our black on. We ready, okay? And we walk in toward the cemetery. So when we walk toward the cemetery, we get in there or whatever, and we don't see nobody. We don't see no groundskeeper. We don't see no, like the graveyard shift, whoever working the graveyard shift. We don't see that person. Okay, we don't see the groundskeeper. We don't see anybody. I had to think for a second, like, is that called the graveyard shift? Yes, it is. So whoever's working that shift, we don't see the person. So we just still trucking through or whatever. And so the guy, he told us exactly where to go. He took pictures. He sent them to my phone, everything. So I know exactly where we're going. I'm like basically looking at my phone like it's a map. And so as we're walking toward the spot where the relic is at, we can hear the gate close, and it slammed loud too. Like, we could really hear it. It was loud. It was like boom or whatever. But we kept going because, I mean, like, these jobs weren't cheap, so we were willing to risk a little bit of scary stuff in order to get what we wanted, okay, which was our payment, right? So we keep going. We're not about to stop just because we heard the fence. I mean, we're in here now. I mean, what are we going to do? Run back, go to the car and tell them, oh, we're scared because we heard a fence? Like, no, it didn't even have to be that fence, but we knew it was, like how your intuition tell you, like, oh, it's crap, that's the fence, so we knew it, but we still was like, I don't know, like, how you be in denial on purpose. We were doing that or whatever, like maybe it was another fence or whatever. And so we kept walking, and we finally get to the spot where the thing's supposed to be at. So the relic. And so we get to the spot, and when we finally get to the spot that the relic is at, I can see it. So I take this piece of paper out of my pocket because I have to recite this exactly the same as Professor R had taught me to recite it. So I started reciting the enchantment or whatever and saying what he told me to say over it, so that way it don't bother us. It don't harass us on the way home. It don't harass us on the way to the man's house. It don't harass us, period. Okay, the man that hired me, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good boy. Okay, it's gonna be a good boy. Okay, so I'm enchanting it. I'm saying what I need to say. Professor R said, this is not a movie, so you don't have to keep going, or you don't have to wait for some big smoke cloud to come out. Oh my God, that just made me think about the genie video. If you haven't checked out the genie video, please go check it out, because it is featuring a huge smoke cloud that we still don't know to this day, like, what that was. But anyways, he just said, say the enchantment, pick it up, get to where you're going. Take it to the guy. Okay, so I said the enchantment, and then I went to pick it up, and I picked it up, and it didn't do anything. Everything was perfectly fine. And so he didn't tell us that the enchantment doesn't work until after we get out of the cemetery. I don't know why it had to be. I don't know what the mythology of this relic that I had went to go pick up was, and why it had to be outside of a cemetery in order for this enchantment to work, but it did. So now we rushing because we're starting to hear stuff. We starting to hear creaks. We starting to hear cracks. We starting to hear the trees whistling, bristling a little too much. The the air is blowing a little too hard. It got cold all of a sudden. We just ready to go. Okay, so we're hurrying up to get out of there anyways because we don't want no groundskeeper to find us. So we get back to the iron fence, and my friend, she trying to open it and it's not opening. So they like, we gotta climb over the fence. We gotta climb over the fence, but the fence is tall and it got them pokey things at the top. So everybody was gonna have to help everybody get over it, but I had to keep the relic in my hand the whole time because I was the one that said the enchantment. So of course I have to climb the fence with the relic in my hand. I have to hop over the fence with the pointy things, like the little pointy arrow things that be at the top of those iron fences. That right there at the top of the fence, and I have to like climb myself down because I can't just jump down now. I'm not no look, I'm not athletic. I never have been, okay? So I would have to climb myself down, okay? So while holding the relic. And so my friend, she go over it first. Then Kim, she go over it. And I'm like, okay, y'all, I'm about to come over, but y'all got to help me get to the other side because these pointy things is at the top of the fence. So they like, okay, cool. So they still holding on to the top of the fence while since they got over it first before me. They haven't climbed down yet. So I'm climbing up the fence. Tell me why a dog come out of nowhere. Yes, the groundkeeper's got a dog. He started barking like crazy. He's barking. He's like, I'm terrified. I'm scared because for one, I don't want the groundskeeper to come, and for two, I don't want the dog to get me. And I got the relic in my hand. I'm like, oh my god, I'm screaming, I'm crying and shit. I'm crying. And I'm holding on to the relic or whatever, and the dog, it's like still like snapping at me, trying to get me. And so I finally get to the top of the fence. Like, I'm shaking at this point. Like, I'm like, trying to get over the fence. And they helping me. They're crying. They're screaming. We're trying to hurry up. I finally get my leg over the thing. It ripped my pants. All the like, you know, the middle seam that's on the inside of your leg, not the outside of your leg. That seam, it completely ripped open. The seam on my pants ripped open. Oh my god, I looked so ridiculous. Like, my friends was like flapping around everywhere. Like, I had on those those NBA pants that got the buttons on the side, and they be flapping if they don't take them all the way off, like them, okay? And so I'm wailing, I'm crying, I'm flailing all over the place. I still got the thing in my hand though, because I ain't forgot about that money. So I'm like, yeah, I need to still get my payment, even though I got chased down by a dog, had to jump over the fence. Then just, oh my god, that night was so crazy. And Professor R did not even tell us that all of that stuff could happen. He just said, go pick up the relic, take the relic to the man, and call it a day. He didn't bring up no dogs. He didn't bring up no, I couldn't let go of it. He didn't bring up no, basically the relic brings bad luck, or it brings some kind of peculiar like activity around you until you get it outside of the graveyard. So the bad luck was the dog coming to get me. The bad luck was the fence closing. The bad luck was all of that kind of stuff. And I hadn't even touched it yet, and it already was like giving bad luck, you know. So basically that's why he said, make sure you say this enchantment, because anything can happen. Like, you get in a car crash, you get robbed, like on the Genie video, anything crazy could happen or whatever. So we running now because we don't want to turn around, because what if the groundskeeper right there when we turn around? We don't want him to see our face. So we're running, we get in the car. Okay, at this point the enchantment is working because we on the other side of the cemetery. We across the street now. So I throw it in the trunk. I pulled off. We put the GPS, the man's address in the GPS, and then we leave. Okay, tell me why we pull up to this man's house, and this man got a big old house, and it looked like Dracula's house. Okay, it just straight up looked like Dracula's house. It sure do. And then he got the nerve to have like a gothic garden. And it got the nerve to be absolutely gorgeous. Like, I'm talking, like, I don't know what he did to have all of these black plants and black flowers, But they was pretty, and they was pretty at nighttime because he had like a spotlight on them. And so we pull up to his house. I get the relic out the car. I go in there with them stupid looking pants on that's all ripped up. He's laughing because he said he's saying that's exactly why he did not want to go pick it up. Not because he knew that the dog was going to be there, or the groundskeeper was going to be there, or the fence was going to close on us, or whatever. He didn't know exactly what was going to happen, but he knew something was going to happen. So he's like, that's why I paid y'all to do this for me or whatever. And yeah, he paid me. We had a good laugh. His wife gave me some of her pants so I would not have to continue to walk around the rest of the night like with those pants on, because I needed to go talk to Professor R after that, and I needed to take them home. So she gave me some pants. She is so nice. I was so happy that she gave me them pants, and she was happy to get the relic too because she wanted to get her hands on it too for whatever reason. But Professor R said he always felt like they was trying to curse somebody or they was trying to do something to somebody. That's why they had got the relic, even though they was cool with us, you know. But he felt like he had ops, or they had some kind of ops, or they was doing something to people where they was trying to like get them bad luck, because nobody would want that thing, period. And he was like, it's just stuff that just start happening to you as soon as you get your hands on it. And anytime you're anywhere near a cemetery, it doubles, it triples, it quadruples. It's just like one thing after another just happens. And so, outside the cemetery, if it doesn't have the enchantment on it, whoever touches it, they get the bad luck. Okay, so I put the enchantment on it, so that means that the guy and his wife, they weren't going to get any bad luck for using it in whatever they was going to use it for. So they believe that the artifact worked. I don't know. All I know is that I almost got bit by a dog twice because he almost bit my foot, and then he almost bit like my calf, my leg. And so I was so scared. Oh my God, y'all. I was scared. I was scared. I was scared. And that's my beginning to my becoming. Okay, that's the beginning to my becoming. That's the beginning to me starting a new hustle, a new job that I never in a million years thought that I would have. Seriously, like I've lived 1,000 lives and I've worked plenty of jobs, but I never in my life thought that I would be doing something like that. You know, so it was really, really fun. Um, I was inspired to like use these types of themes in my writing like later on in life and stuff like that. So that was fun. And even though I'm about to take like a different approach to my writing and stuff like that, I still feel like it was extremely fun to just explore like the imagined things that people believe is imaginary. I don't know why I can't talk today. Probably because I haven't did a video in 4 days. That's probably why. But I'll never forget that. That was like my becoming. I'm serious. Like this is like my second job that I went to go do. The first job was ridiculous and crazy too. I'll tell y'all the story about that one tomorrow. Yes, I'm gonna come back. I was busy last week. I don't know if I'm gonna be busy this week. I think I might chill out until like next month. It is very hot outside, so I think I'll be chilling. Okay, so I'll be back tomorrow. I'll tell y'all about my first job. It was just as crazy as this one. Oh my God, it was so much going on. Y'all gonna have fun with that one too. But I am out, and I hope you guys have fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the story. Leave a comment below if you want to say something. I'll always comment back. Have a nice night.